The ending of Weapons leaves us with a lot of major questions, so let's try to answer 3 of the most pressing. Massive spoilers ahead. So to refresh, the movie ends with the 17 missing kids being activated and Naruto running after Gladys before ripping her apart limb by limb, which has to be one of the most satisfying and entertaining villain downfalls in all of cinema. Then we get a closing narration from the little girl telling us that Alex's parents are still in their vegetative state and that the kids are still recovering, although some have started talking again. So the first question many are asking is, why did the film end so abruptly? It basically gives us no closure for any of the characters in the story, with no sort of happy ending in sight. And while I can definitely see why people are asking that question, I kind of think that's the whole point. I don't think we're supposed to have closure. In fact, we were even told during the opening narration that the case is something that was never really solved and that no one ever talks about, and that there's still a lot of mystery and questions surrounding what happened. And we as the audience are meant to be in the exact same boat as the characters in the universe. And as far as the happy ending, I think the whole idea of the ending is that people who experience trauma on that level don't often get to go right back to normal for a very long time, if ever. The second question I've seen people asking is, who is the little girl narrating the story? The movie never really gives us insight to this until the very last line in the film, when the little girl says, some of them even started talking again. I understand this may be a stretch, but my personal theory is that the little girl is actually one of the kids that went missing, and that when she says that line, she's actually referring to herself. And question number 3, who actually is Gladys and how old is she? Throughout the movie, we hear her describe her relation to Alex in different ways to different people, leading us to believe that she either isn't related at all, or that she is, but the relation dates back much further than she can actually disclose. One of the hints to her age comes when she uses the term consumption to describe Alex's parents' illness. Consumption is what tuberculosis was originally known as way back in the 16 to 1800s. So based on this, and based on how ancient we see her looking when her life form seems to be depleted, it could be very safe to assume that Gladys is much older than just a generation or two and has been doing this sort of thing for a while. What other questions do you have about the ending of Weapons?